Step in the box, baseball fans. Welcome back to another episode of Batter Up with Brett and John, and we got a special guest. What's up, John? How you doing tonight?
I am doing well, Brett. We're a little tardy on this one, but I promise you guys this one is going to be so worth it. We've got a special guest. We've got Peds card collection. He
What's going on,
agreed to join
everybody?
the live tonight. Cannot wait to talk to him. Cannot wait to have you guys hear what his journey has been in the hobby and for his channel and Peds. Do you prefer Peds or I think we know you as Nick as well. So what do
Yeah.
you
Either
prefer?
way, I feel like the YouTube community really knows me by Peds by now, and that's kind
Yeah.
of what a lot of my buddies just call me by. It's been like my nickname since I was a young kid. So, you could just call me Peds or Nick, whichever you like.
All right.
Um, Works for me. So, thanks for having me on, John and Brett. Though, really appreciate it. Big fan of both your channels, and yeah, if you want, I could just give a little background of my personal experience in the hobby and stuff like that, if you'd like.
Let's start there.
Um, yeah, so like I played baseball as a young boy through t-ball through college and collected sports cards. I think my first year collecting was 2000, so I have some cards from 2000 tops throughout. I think I collected up until like junior year of high school, very very frequently, and then I kind of had a little bit of a gap in collecting, which I feel like is a common theme throughout the hobby, where people just get away for one reason or the other, whether it's life or job or something that takes up their time. So I was focused on training for baseball, and I just from 2011, 2012 to 20, I guess 18, 19 is when I was out of the hobby. And then once I stopped playing baseball and like kind of got into the real world, I was working like a job that didn't really have anything to do with baseball, and really felt like I wasn't going down the right path, or at least following my passion. So, one day, I think 2019, I decided to, buy a couple value packs of 2019 Topps Chrome, and I pulled like this Vlad Guerrero Gold Refractor rookie card at like a $10 pack, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And right then, right there, it's like I had like this revival of like this like little kid in me came out again, and I felt like I just dove right in. And then from then on out, I started the channel, and then kind of just went from there.
That is awesome. Brett, you were
That's
gonna
one
say
of the things I wanted to ask is, so you started your channel somewhere in 2019. Like, what product were you opening at the time?
Yeah. So it was August of 2019 to be exact. I think it was August 22nd. So a little over 3 years from now, and I was literally like propping up my phone on like um, a box of golf balls, or held up by my TV remote on like a coffee table. And you could just, if you go back and watch some of my earlier videos, you could just hear the tone of my voice. The conviction is totally different. I was like half asleep recording the videos because I didn't really know what I was doing, but that's the fun of it. You learn how to communicate, and eventually, you start saying a couple cool catchphrases like I know Brett always says, some awesome stuff like obviously step in the box, that turned into your channel name. And then I love when you say like back to back jacks, or like hitting a bomb, or dig your cleats in, stuff like that. And I started saying some wacky stuff, and it kind of caught on, and people enjoyed it. So, but the product that I was ripping when I first started my channel was when, like I said, 2019 Topps Chrome came out. You could find that stuff in retail all over the place. So I was just driving any Walmart and Target in the area, and I was like just finding so much product. So it was like 2019 Topps Chrome, and then I remember 2020 or 2019 Bowman Draft. I got two jumbo hobby boxes for $225 a piece at my LCS. It was ridiculous. So those were like some of the products, and I guess 2019 Finest came out, and then I just went from there and started like picking off pretty much every release.
do you stick to mostly baseball then? I think your channel is pretty much all baseball, right? Did you ever dabble in anything else?
Not too much. When I was a kid, I also collected Pokemon, but that didn't really stick. At least when I got older, I kind of strayed away from that and got more focused into baseball because I'm a diehard fan and I like to follow the players and watch the games and keep up with the stats and the patterns and the trends and the trades and it's just I feel like I'm fully invested in baseball. I'm still a fan of other sports. Like I'm a big Jets fan, unfortunately. Yeah, I was at the game last Sunday, like freezing my butt off, and it's I've been through some tough heartbreak being a Jets, Mets, and Nets fan. But I do like to watch other sports. I just unfortunately can't afford the prices of like a Prism hobby box for basketball or something. I would love to, but just not in the cards right now.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing that when we had Stryker on a couple weeks ago, he said the reason he went into baseball was it was the lowest price point, and it was barriers to entry was lower, and you just kind of get used to it. And I know that's kind of the same for me. I kind of refuse to buy any of the higher end Panini products, which is basically basketball and football. And I love basketball and football. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Golden State Warriors fan. When I lived out there in the Bay Area, it was a great time. It was right when they were just getting good before winning championships. And I'm a big Sacramento Kings fan because my De'Aaron Fox, he's my guy. But yeah, I don't open a lot of basketball. My channel is not as dedicated as I think you guys have the cornered market on channels that have like a very dedicated purpose. Mine is still trying to feel its way. So I'm learning from you guys every day. Brett, what do you got next?
Dominate
the conversation.
I think this is actually a pretty good time to jump into. We just talked about why we're open in baseball. I've been looking at some of these prices still. I thought we were kind of on the downward trend of prices.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing you know, the next wave of stuff comes out. We got Bowman Draft is coming out tomorrow. 450. I saw it. This is Indy Card Exchange. I believe this is on the low end. $450 for a jumbo. $700 for a super jumbo. Okay,
Wow.
So that's on the low end. If he's coming out at those prices, that means it's probably $500 for jumbos, $800 for super jumbos, something crazy like that.
That's
Then
crazy.
Bowman Chrome X. Those are $150 a box. I watched Jabs open 10 of those. Total trash bags. He pulled one Wander number card. I don't know if that's worth $150. Bowman,
yeah.
Bowman Chrome Megas. I went by a Walmart today, and if I'm not buying it, dude, like, don't get me wrong, I opened up one. There was one on the shelf. I never leave one on the shelf. For $50 plus tax, I left it on the shelf because I'm like, I'd rather go get 4 of these if I can, or 2 blasters. I don't know, guys. These prices are crazy. Triple threads, $6,800 for a case of triple threads.
That's crazy. $6,800 for a case.
Wait, 6,800?
I'm pretty. I looked at Topps website. Topps website is selling this for $6,800. $400 a box.
That's insane.
Now, granted, it's 18 boxes, but $6,840 for a sealed 18-box case.
That's just so much.
Yeah, that just thinking about spending that much money on a case and potentially not even getting like a low numbered Julio or some big card to even recoup, half of that makes me sick to my stomach. Like I just bought my first case ever for the first time, and I felt like I had done something like criminally wrong by spending that much on baseball cards. But looking back, like I bought that 2022 Topps Update Hobby case and I spent $1,300, which is a lot of money. But when you're thinking about all the packs you're getting, all the different rookie cards, all the parallels, the variations, as opposed to in triple threads where you're getting like 2 packs and you're getting like only a handful of hits. Like I just would rather spread my net a lot wider on something that's a lot safer, and it's also a lot more enjoyable because you're going through more cards. There's the whole short print aspect to it. You're bound to pull something that you didn't even expect to pull. Like I pulled a 1-of-1 sketch card Mookie Betts, and it was like the most thrilling thing ever. And like you guys said, Like, I never used to find myself leaving a box on the shelf at Walmart, and I couldn't believe how many boxes I saw at Walmart the last time I went. And I mean, who's paying $35 for a blaster box of 2022 Topps Heritage High number when you can go and buy the Bobby Witt Purple Chrome for that probably same price?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I I had a last lone soldier moment on Saturday. I was at a Barnes and Noble. I made a video about it. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I was there looking for Chrome Update hanger boxes, and I agree with you. I actually think the update paper, the variety of stuff coming out is just so much better. But I got a lone soldier moment there. I went there and they had one update hanger box left. I took it right home and I said, I'm making a video. This one could be amazing. And I pulled a Bobby Witt mullet short print out of it. And I was like, no freaking way.
Oh my God.
I was like, holy cow.
There's nothing sweeter than that when you know it came from that box that you were like weren't even planning to go to the store that day. You're like, oh, I got to fill my car up with gas, and there's Walgreens, 100 feet to my right. Let me just go and check the aisle, and bang, you get, something like that.
That was amazing. That was the best 4 minutes I've had on camera in a month, and I've been opening up a ton of product.
It feels so good.
You live on the East Coast, right?
Yeah, I live in New Jersey, so
unfortunately, you don't have a Myers store near you, do you?
I don't. Whenever I hear people saying, oh, I got all these blister packs at Myers, I'm like, no, like, come on. Like, I'm so jealous. Like, I know you and Brett have been, like, cleaning those out, and it seems like you guys have pulled some pretty big purple rookie cards, so.
Yeah, I just got done recording my recap video, so it'll go up on Thursday. I have one more 10-pack to release for tomorrow that I pre-taped. Let me just say the amount of stuff you pull out of 218 blister packs with the purples, it's amazing. I dogged it because I pulled a lot of duplicates, but it's still amazing. I look back and I'm like, wow, that was actually really good value. So yeah,
I'm really looking forward to watching that recap, John, because that was a good idea to save all your Myers stuff and put it away and see what you can pull out of those. They're $3.99 plus tax, but you got some of those buy one get one half off at certain times. And dude, I love the nickel and dime stuff. I've always been a value buyer. I miss the times that Target had the buy 100 get 25 off. Anytime there was a sale or a coupon, the clearance bins at Walmart. I was buying up 2018 update these in clearance, dude.
Oh my.
And you're like, this is all like that is where you save all the money. And those Meyer blisters are great value for as cheap as they are because of the purples.
I tell you what, the people that we're probably making people like outside of the Midwest jealous right now. I opened 218 packs. How many did you open, Brett?
I opened up 5 racks of 28. 5 racks of 28.
You opened about just shy of 150.
So 140. I had to get a calculator.
I opened 6 racks of 28 plus 2 racks of 22 and 1 of 8. I think it was 218. So I still go to the store and I'm like, do I chase these anymore or not? Because it's such a fun product. It's like it's like $5 bill
every one of them.
But you hit some amazing stuff.
I think is it Scotty B? Or Sky? I gotta double check his YouTube channel.
Michigan, right? The guy from Michigan.
Yeah, he goes around retail. He opens a lot of football.
Yeah.
And I sent him a message on Instagram, like, dude, because he's bought some blister packs. I said, if you buy them all, I'll buy them from you. And I haven't been able to work the deal, but it's like, dude, if you see them, freaking buy them. Best value.
So I got a question for you, Peds. On your channel or in general, have you ever done? Are you primarily just an opener of cards, or do you break as well? Like, do you do breaks, or have you ever dabbled in that?
So I haven't dabbled in that just yet. I have had quite a few people ask me about, doing breaks, and they said they would like even if it were just a small, like, couple retail boxes here and there, or just maybe one break a month or one break every so often, they would enjoy that because pretty much the only openings I do on my channel are personal openings. So
Mm-hmm.
while it's fun to watch, I mean, I can't get enough of watching people open baseball cards. It's also nice to have some skin in the game. So if I could pull something big for one of my viewers or one of you guys, and you know, go like bananas over it, that would be pretty
That would be
fun.
so
So
amazing.
yeah, so I think down the road, I really do want to get involved into breaks. I'm pretty technologically, um, not too savvy, so I don't know how to like put a website together or anything. But I guess I could always put like a Facebook group and like fill spots through there. So maybe I'll look into that more and doing breaks because I do go live and do card sales on the weekends because I just ripped so much product that I got to the point where I got to start recouping some of that money because you're not going to win on every box.
Yeah,
Um, you know, you can have fun with opening all you want, but even with baseball being the least expensive of all the hobbies, it adds up quick.
it
It
does.
adds up very quick, and if you're not smart in a time like now, where there's all these releases dropping at once, and you know, you can really put yourself in a bad position if you don't, really strategize your plan of attack. So,
True.
but yeah, I would like to get into breaks. Right now, I'm just doing personal show pickups, stuff like that. But definitely want to get into breaks down the line. And I bet I wonder how Brett feels about that too, because I'm sure he gets that same question.
Dude, I've wanted to do breaks, but I want to keep things fun, and I don't want this to be work. I'm the same with you. Technology, I could get away with some stuff, but there's other stuff that I'm just not good at. I need to spend the time, but I don't want this to become a job. I want it to be fun. What you just said there about with all the products, I buy stuff that I like and I'm going to open, and I don't want the channel to dictate, like, hey, I'm just going to go buy junk off the shelf to open it. There for a while, I was doing that during the pandemic, but you could get away with it because everything was nuts. You could go. So I try to buy stuff with long-term value, and flagship products are where it's at.
Yeah.
So now the one thing I would love to do is take all my update series and keep the Royals and the Mariners and sell all the other teams. Possibly, maybe keep the Cubs because I PC the Cubs, but I would because I love the big rookies, guys. Like that's why I open. I love the big rookie stuff. So doing breaks is a whole nother beast. And then the sorting, guys. The sorting.
Oh,
I mean, these two guys have been opening a lot of product. I just spent a whole week sorting 10,000 cards. It can become so boring, and then when you got the pressure of getting the cards out to people, like I don't know how Striker and Jabs and those guys are getting cards out so fast, because they're opening a good amount of cards, and it's a lot of work. It's a
That
lot of
is
work.
that's a great point, Brett. Jabs on his channel, when he does like his Saturday showdowns, I know they usually go out all to one person, but that's just a ton of product. I mean, cases of product, and he does it all the time. And I get tired opening. I kind of got wore out after opening the product I ordered, and I opened 200 and like I said, 218 packs, and your thumb gets a little worn out because it's blister packs, right? And I'm just like, I got to move on to something else. I can't do this anymore. And then I had to sort all the cards too. And then I'm trying to grade a few. I was going to submit like 25 to PSA before the end of December. And, it's just, you got to be able to, like you said, have a strategy for what you're going to do once the product is open. Because it's kind of like oh, great. Now I have all this stuff. What do I do with it? And you could put it in a box, forget about it. But it's got a hybrid of both, right? Some of it you don't want to move right away. And some of it you do because you need to recoup your box cost to keep your channel going and keep the opportunities going. So to me, that's a good sound advice to anybody opening up a lot, is have a plan before you go into it, knowing what you'll do once you're in the middle of it, because it can very, very, very quickly get overwhelming. And I love the point you made about not spreading yourself all over the place, because feeling like you're going to miss out on something, right? Where if you say, I'm in on update, and Brett's told me this before, and I think it's sound advice. Brett was in on update, and Brett was all in on one product, and he doesn't say, I'm going to get a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He's just like, no, I like this product. It's a good product. I'm just all in on that product. And I think your channel does a lot of that too. You're all in on update. You bought a case, and yeah, so really good advice there.
Yeah, I've definitely been trying to do that more often, because I see, I know Brett submits a lot of cards to PSA as well, and he understands, all the cost that goes into this, and I liked what you did with the logo fractor boxes, Brett. When you bought, like, you saw right away how good they were, and you just got a couple cases, and that's how you got to do it, and you weren't worried about chasing the latest product or getting first edition X, Y, and Z. You kind of knew, you saw the opportunity and the potential with all the short prints of rookie cards, and same with even you're just like focusing on update, and that's I used to like try to get every single box so that, like, for the sake of the channel, to like
Mm-hmm.
entertain the people, but now it's just gotten to the point where it's like I gotta just like be smart about it and do what makes sense and do the best bang for buck, the nickel and dime stuff, and that's kind of how I've been shifting. Like I usually get a box, like I didn't get Stadium Club, I didn't get um a bunch of others releases. So it's just like you got to pick and choose, like you guys were saying.
I love, literally, there isn't a product that I don't like. I like them all. Stadium Club, amazing photography.
Hmm.
One that I really like, and I didn't open any the last couple years, is Allen and Ginter.
Mm.
I've always enjoyed Heritage, but the polls have been getting tougher and tougher. Gypsy Queen. In 2018, I opened up 2 full cases of Gypsy Queen. There was some amazing stuff coming out of that. But I haven't opened it because the hits just, they made more of it, like everything else. The hits are tougher. And the one thing, if anybody's watching, if you're into the financial part of the game, because the three of us are opening up a lot, and you got to get money back. You just have to, whether it's grading or selling singles. And when it comes down to it, flagship products have the longest return for rookie cards. That's what people go to look at. You can open up triple threads and pull an amazing card that's worth a ton of money. But down the road, nobody's looking for Wander Franco's rookie card from triple threads. They're looking for his chrome rookie and his base rookie and his short prints and numbered cards. Plain and simple. Now, granted, there's some other high-end products, the Sapphires, um, some of those, but overall, they're looking for the rookie stuff, his base rookie. So I've tried to start cutting out that stuff. It's just,
Yeah. And
dude,
I
there's
felt
so
that
much
way
stuff.
with like Top Scrum update. Like initially I was planning on like getting a whole bunch of the mega boxes and whatnot, but it just seems like the hit rate is almost impossible to even get a single numbered card. And
Yeah,
when you can't even get a single numbered card and you're spending $50 a box, it's like, what am I doing? Like, I can't even get a single parallel. And on top of that, the centering is off 20/80 left to right. So
it's
I don't know.
that is so true on that product. That could have been so good if it had a modest print run with a decent pull rate. Like, let's say, like I don't know, every 3 boxes you pull a hit, right? Maybe every other, because that's kind of how Bowman was, right? It was about about 40% of the boxes have a hit. I feel like Update Chrome this year, 200 card checklist, way off centered, and the hit rate is terrible. It's horrible. I bought 3 off target on pre-order. I regretted buying those. They're sitting there. I'm not even gonna open them. I'm like, I was gonna open a couple hanger boxes for the channel. I still have to post those videos, but I'm gonna stick to the flagship. It's a better buy, and I think the variety's better as well.
So
One
how
thousand
about we change
percent.
some gears here? And I got to give a shout out to Dollar Box Bangers and Casey Card Connection for a couple donations. Thank you so much, guys. Check out their channels too. Um, hey, as a Cubs fan, Dansby Swanson signing with the Cubs. I have my opinion. I really want to hear your guys' opinions on Dansby Swanson.
So I've been on the receiving end of Dansby Swanson in terms of being a Mets fan. He's wreaked havoc on the Mets for the past, since since he got traded to the Braves. I'm a huge Vanderbilt fan, so I watched him play in college a lot. And this guy is a student of the game. He's a class act, and he's a winner. So I think that's a huge, huge W for the Cubs, and especially in a team where they have these young shortstops, young middle infielders up the middle, and Nico Horner, Nick Madrigal. You throw a guy who is a College World Series champion. He's a MLB World Series champion, and now he's going to be the leader of your infield. Not only is he a great leader, he's also a great ball player. He doesn't strike out too often. He's very sure-handed in the field, makes all the plays. I mean, I can't tell you how many times he battled Jacob DeGrom into 10, 11, 12 pitch at bats, fights off pitches, and you're not going to blow a fastball by him. He is a gap to gap hitter, nice level swing, and he also has power and he's clutch. So, other than that, there's not much else you can really ask for. I think he's a really big addition. He's got to be what
28.
28 years old, so he's hitting his prime at a perfect time where I think the Cubs are also in a spot where the stars are aligning in terms of some of their bigger prospects are coming up through the ranks. Like I don't know how far away Pete Armstrong is, but they got Morel that's been called up recently. They got I know Ed Howard, a bunch of other Kevin Alcantara that are going to be coming up through the ranks. And I think they have time to build a strong foundation to where by the time those players do get called up, they're going to be forced to be reckoned with. And I think they're also going to be competitive right now with Dansby Swanson.
I know I'm stoked. He was actually my fourth guy, and I just had a feeling the Cubs were going to get him. After seeing the contracts the other dudes got, I actually feel like they got a pretty good deal on Swanson compared to the other guys. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, and I don't know how true it is, but Carlos Correa, possibly the physical, isn't looking so good, and the Giants may be taking that back. I don't. They delayed
No
the
way.
news conference today, and I saw it pop up in a couple places. So I don't know how accurate, how true it is, like where it's at, but he might have failed a physical possibly or what. I don't know exactly, but I saw that pop up. So all of a sudden, you're
Wow.
like, whoa. I really liked Trey Turner a lot,
Yeah,
but
it says
Yeah, I thought he was the best option, but Swanson him and Correa close second.
dude, those guys got some money this year. There's been
I
some money
mean,
paid for ball players.
yeah, even
You're
like average pitchers, it's like Taiwan Walker signed a 4-year, $72 million deal with the Phillies, and he was like our 3, 4 guy, and he's like pretty good, but he's not like I don't think he's that good, but
your Mets have put some money out there, man.
oh my God.
It's awesome. It's great when your team spends money. You're like, yes, we're going to compete.
Exactly. It's like I felt like my whole life until Uncle Stevie took over that they were always just like dancing around the big guys, and it was always the Yankees, the big brothers of New York that were getting, the all the big prospects, all the big free agents, and then finally Stephen Cohen just comes out of the gates firing, and signs Lindor and all these other big players, and immediately after we lose to Grom, he goes out and he signs the pitcher from Japan, Kodai Senga, and then obviously the big one, Justin Verlander. So he's definitely putting his money where his mouth is, and he's putting the pieces together. He's doing all he can do to really give us a chance at the postseason. It's just a matter of them playing well together now. So, but yeah, definitely been spending a lot of money.
That's what frustrates me with the MLB is I do understand there's some small market teams that can't spend the money, but man, the Padres, they have just dished out the cash. If the Padres can do it, there's a lot of other teams that could do it too. This TV money is big,
That's true. TV
and
money
it's
is
like
big.
the TV money's where it's at and everything. And again, I understand it sucks when you're a small market team and you're just giving away players. You know, like the A's have just gotten crushed. They just give away good player after good player. It's like sell the damn team to a rich dude. It's worth a ton, and then go pay to put a good team out there. And as a fan, man, it feels so good when that happens. You
Having
know,
having lived out in I worked in Oakland for a while during 2014 to 2016, like I said, and I went to a couple A's games. The A's have a very, very loyal fan base. It's so sad to see like how little they actually give a crap about that team. But yet, if the team was on the other side of the bay, they would support it no matter what, right? Like you go to a Giants game, it's packed every single time. Literally 8 miles away, nobody goes to the game. And it's like it's the same demographic of people. Like it's all one big Bay Area. It's astonishing because the Warriors used to play right next door at Oracle, and it was packed every single game. Oracle was Roracle, right? And you go to the A's game right now, and they got to get a new stadium. I mean, it's just so sad to be playing in that Coliseum. It's an absolute dump. Have either of you been to that stadium?
No, I haven't.
no.
I mean, yeah, I've only seen it on TV, but yeah, it doesn't look like the best stadium or place to have a ballpark.
No, it's not. It's not a great location. It's right off the freeway. It's convenient, but they could do better in Oakland. But as far as the stadium goes, the upkeep of it in general, it's just so bad. There's like leaky pipes everywhere. They're always doing maintenance. It's a disgrace.
Yeah,
last summer there was two guys on TikTok. The guy had just graduated college, and the other guy, I don't know if he was related or his friend, and they went on a tour around the country for the summer, going to ballparks, to games, and they did reviews on the hot dog. They did reviews on like the specialty food at the stadium, and then they did reviews on the stadium and the atmosphere around it. And at the end of the year, they had their worst and the best stadiums, the worst stadiums, like a recap. And they said the A's stadium was by far the biggest trash stadium. It wasn't even, they said it wasn't even close. It was sponsored by Hefty. Trash bags.
When people wanted to like make the argument that I don't know, pick a stadium that was like recently built, that's sort of like when let's say for example Texas, right? The Rangers just built a new ballpark. They got rid of Arlington. Arlington Stadium would be 10 times better than the Coliseum. The one that the Texas Rangers just got rid of, or even like Turner Field a couple of years ago, right? When the Braves went to Truist Park, Turner Field is 10 times better than the Coliseum.
It's funny you say that because in 2019, my spring break aligned with the season opener down in Arlington, and I went and saw the Cubs play on opening day at Arlington. And I got there, and I had no idea that they were building a new stadium. I'm like, they're building a new baseball stadium? And I'm like, I watched this, and I'm like, this stadium's freaking nice. Why do they need a new stadium? I guess the new one's amazing.
You talking about the Atlanta Braves?
No, the Rangers.
Oh, the Braves one too. That one's amazing. Truist Park, I've heard, is amazing. And they didn't need a new one. Turner Field was just fine. But yeah, Truist Park's really cool. And I'm sure Texas with the new park for the Rangers just as much the same way. So Peds, I got another question that I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Brad and I were going to make a separate video about this, but we've got to get your opinion. And I think we know the answer. what are the, in your opinion, what are the top 3 products of the year?
Top 3 products of the year. That's a great question. I gotta say, obviously, 2022 Topps Update has to be number 1. I think that's a no-brainer. Just you got the flagship rookies, obviously, of Julio, Bobby Witt Jr., and all the short prints and everything in between that comes with it, the parallels, the variations, and just the dollar per hit is second to none. I also think the Series 2 isn't even that bad of a product, with the O'Neal Cruz short print and the Bobby Witt short print and the Julio Rodriguez short print. I might be biased in saying that because I pulled the Julio short print and the Julio rookie auto, and they both came back 10s. But like the flagship, like $80 a box, you can get a hobby for like $80, $90. But I would probably go Topps Update first. 2, I would probably say Topps Chrome Logo Fractor,
Ooh.
and then 3, I have a feeling I really like Bowman Chrome this year, like the first Bowman release. I think the prospects, like the first Bowman, Ellie De La Cruz, James Wood, Colson Montgomery, Khalil Watson, they have so much upside, and they're already Jackson, or I always mix up the Churios now.
Yeah,
But they're all tearing it up. So between those 3 and maybe Series 2, but that's just my top 3 I'd have to go with.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. That was kind of where we were at consensus wise. It's just a matter of which order do you put them in. Do you put
exactly.
Fractor number 1 or do you put Update number 1? It's mix or match. I think they all have their pros and cons. I love the hit rate out of Logo Fractor. That was amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that you could get a short print about every 9 boxes or 19 boxes. It seemed like often. And I thought, man, Brett opened 2 cases on his channel. Oh man, those were amazing.
Can I go back to that phone call with MLB New York, please?
I know, yeah.
And
you sure you don't want any more?
He's on the phone and he's like, "Are you sure you just want one? People are ordering more than one." I'm like, I don't want to be like this habitual gambler who's like just buying truckloads. I'm like, okay, I gotta have a limit. You gotta tell me. You gotta draw the line at a certain point. And I'm like, yeah. I wish I would have bought more, but you can't.
I wish that would have came. I think it came right after the National was over, right? I believe it was like right in the August, September timeframe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was starting school.
I wish the National hadn't happened because I went to the National. I spent about $1,000, and I wish I had that $1,000 back to just put it all into Logo Fractor. Not that I'm saying what I bought at the National I hated, but the timing of it was not good. It's like
especially when they're like $50 a box on Topps, and you're getting it 1 colored card per mega box pack. I swear to God, I'm watching Brett's live streams when he's opening these, and my jaw is on the floor. I think he's got the cheat code to the greatest video game in the world. He's hitting like O'Neal Cruz green to 99, Wander blue to 99, 2 J-Rod short print rookies. I'm like, dude, am I dreaming? Like, this is the greatest product I've ever seen. And
yeah,
that was so much fun to watch, man, as a viewer.
And at the time, we didn't know about the buyback. Imagine if the buyback happened. Because you're I went back and opened all those packs afterwards because maybe there was an auto in there, which there wasn't. But I mean, every judge you pull from the base pack's $20. Every Goldschmidt, $20. Plus any numbered card or just the base card, there's a $40 Logo Fractor of a judge, or you're like that product pound for pound if you could go back and get that for $50 a box. With you
would have bought 1,000 of them if you could have afforded it. You would have bought 1,000 of them.
Did you open all the ones that you bought, Brett?
So I just at the time, and I hate. Hey, I'm just going to be discreet here, guys. There's certain times when you invest big money, you got to get some money back, and I blew a big load of money. 2 cases. John had messaged me in that morning and we were talking back and forth, and he laid the numbers out, and I'm like, okay, they went on Topps website first, so I bought three 10-box orders from Topps. So I got those, and they came separately in 10-box orders, and then that's when the MLB store came, and I'm like, all right, I got one case and I got a second case. I'm like, man, I could sell these 30 boxes and pay for a case. So I end up
Mm,
selling to Real Breaks. Real Breaks was paying strong for those boxes. They're the breaker of the year for a reason, and they're expensive to break with. So I made my money back on one of my cases by selling those 30. So that was one of them was a free opening.
that's
And
fantastic.
now if I could redo it now, I would have kept the 30 boxes, but it's easy to say now and not at the time when you fork out that kind of money for two cases and then you're going to have the bill coming up, which I had the money to pay for it, but it's also I don't like to dig in the account to pay for it. I like the products to pay for what I'm opening. You know what I mean? Like
I
I don't know. That's what I've tried to do. But
yeah, I ordered 14 total, and I the same thing. Peds, they called me back from they called me back twice. And
No
first
way.
time he's like, "Do you want to order any more?" I was like, "No, I'm good with 5." And then he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to order any more?" I'm like, No, I'm good with 5. It's my birthday weekend. I was told I can order this, and it's my birthday present." And then they called me back about an hour later, and he's like, "Hey, I'm calling you back. You're interested in Logo Fractor? We still have some." And I was like, "You just called me." And he's like, "Do you want any more?" And I said, well, now that you mention it, I've had an hour to think about it. So yes, I would like 5 more.
There you go.
And so I
Thank God
did.
he called
And
you.
and then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I just order a case?"
Yeah. How
But
did you pull any nice short prints from your boxes, John?
so I've opened up. I have a lot sealed. I'm just sitting
Oh,
on them.
okay.
I opened up 2 so far. The first
Nice.
one I pulled a Wander Purple,
Wow. I'd say that's pretty good.
and the second box I pulled a Randy Rosarena Gold, and you'd like this. I should probably gift it to you. A Pete Alonso Blue.
Oh, that is so nice. I might have pulled that same card, dude. I think I might have pulled that card. The team color match. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love those cards, man. They're so nice. That's so smart on you for keeping them sealed though. The willpower you have is pretty
I don't have it
incredible.
on every product. Trust me. I opened 218 blister packs.
Hey,
But
that's yeah.
what that was a product I was like, I'm going to open a few and I'm going to get a little taste and I'm going to put the rest in a box and I'm going to forget about them. I might go back and open them later, but my plan for 2023 was not to go heavy on any of the products. And so it was
Mhm.
like I might want to have some product on hand in case I want to go back to it. So we'll see.
100%. Yeah, and I feel like if there's any year that you wanna maybe go a little bit further, push the envelope, I feel like this is the year with this rookie class. I don't know if a lot of people are comparing this to 2018 with, Ohtani, Soto, Acuna, and all the guys that come along with it, and, you know, these guys are really performing with, we've already seen Julio winning the Rookie of the Year and what he did in the Home Run Derby and the flair they play with and the excitement they bring to the game. Obviously, there's going to be, a nice rookie in every year, but just the amount of like powerhouse, just huge names being rookie cards. I feel like if you're going to dive into a year a little deeper, this should be the year.
I totally
Peds,
agree. This
that's 100%, man, because I anticipate opening less Series 1 next year. So I went like the Nelk boys in full set into update. I'm like, okay, I am going to just get in and buy update like crazy now. And I had a great month of consignment and I sold my table to show. And, you know, it's just like investing. You take money, put it in your bank account, pay the bills, take excess money, put it in product you think is big. And I think update series is big.
I
And
agree.
guys, girls watching, we got 82 people in. In a little bit, we're going to do a box battle, a couple hangers. So stick around. Thanks for the couple donations. Dollar Box Bangers, a KC Car Connection. Um,
I'm gonna
we've got
lose it.
another topic. We got another topic. PSA coming up. PSA just announced in January they're switching things up a little bit with a slight price increase to $19 for value
Brett,
for
while you're
collector.
talking, I'm gonna go grab a phone charger quick. My
Sure.
phone
Yeah. Yeah.
like on 10%, so I don't want it to cut out. So I'm gonna put you on
Yep.
mute. Carry on about PSA. I'll catch up here in like 30.
See you in a
We'll call
minute,
it.
buddy.
See you.
So PSA came out January 1st. They're going to increase the prices from 15 to 19. Um, you don't have to be a collectors club member, but it's going to cost you $25, and they raised the declared value to $4.99, which is good. I like that. Now the one I don't understand is the $40 at the same declared value, but it's 20 days. I guess if you need your cards back quick, I can understand why you'd pay $40. But my last order came in 41 days. So do you pay double to get it back in the same time? Now I don't know if the time's going to increase. The time could increase, but what do you think, Peds?
Yeah.
Have
No,
you sent any orders in recently?
yeah, I agree with you. I too sent in a bulk submission when they were, $15 a card, and uh, I got it back within a month and a half. And so I was pretty impressed by that, and I was really happy with that. And so I feel like they've hired a lot of more graders. They're gonna have a new location soon in Jersey City, and I feel like they're finally in a place where they can take on the mass submissions that they, got super oversaturated with when they had to shut down. And to your point, um, I think that $40 tier with the same max declared value is a little silly too, because it might be the difference between a couple weeks. I mean, if if for some rare case it's gonna make the difference between selling that card for a whole lot more if you get it sooner, then sure. But I don't see why you wouldn't just wait an extra couple weeks and send that at the 25 or even the 19. So I think it's good that they raised the max from 199 to 299 or 499, so you could submit some bigger cards at that level. But obviously with the price going from 15 to 19, that $4 increment increase is going to add up if you submit 50 cards. So you have to be more strict about which cards you're sending out, not send too many fringe cards out that because not too many fringe cards that might not get a 10, where you're losing money because I'm seeing a lot of times raw cards are selling more than a PSA 9 in some cases. So you really got to just be more strict on, does this card actually have like a very good chance at a 10? Like look at every angle, and then you just gotta, then it's worth it. But you just have to be a little more careful with what you're sending off. I think it's still, a fine price. Obviously, I wish it would have gone down more, but it's the nature of the beast. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I view what they did for January as like a test to see if like increasing the declared value, but like upping the price just a little bit would like entice people to send in more cards and them not have to upcharge. But I think what they're going to find is the volume isn't what they expect, and then they're going to lower it back down. I expect that by February we might be back at $15 a card, and maybe by April next year I think we'll be lower than 15. My guess,
It,
but I don't
I
know.
was thinking it was strategic too because I was just about ready to ship out an order, like literally put it in the mail on Monday and put it out. And I
That's a
called
fair.
my buddy
Yeah.
Eddie, who came over, and I've been submitting cards with him. He's been adding them to my orders, and he lives local. And I told him today, I said, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna wait until the 28th or 29th to finalize my order and get a little more aggressive with a couple more cards because I want to get them in at $15." And because usually they had been updating that, like this is early, so it gives you time. Like, hey, if I'm going to get them in, I better get them in. So they're trying to get that. But I was actually expecting maybe a dollar or two drop going into January, and now here this has me submitting more cards at 15. So we'll see how they do next month. Um, and
Yeah.
it's kind of we're getting into that dead zone period of I mean, I know there's still a lot of products coming out right now. Bowman Draft gets a lot of graded cards. Um, Bowman's Best is coming out. I love Bowman's Best. I would love to open up more. Chrome just came out. Um, but we are going to hit a month, January and February where there's not much out. And the football side of things, dude, ain't nobody grading the new football. It,
Oh
it,
yeah, for sure. I just
Oh, is
wonder
it
how much.
bad?
bad, dude,
Well,
bad.
the quality's bad for one, and then the other bad part about it is just the rookie class is very mediocre. I don't know how many times they can hype up Brock Purdy, Bailey Zappi. I know your Jets have Garrett Wilson. He's a great receiver, but
Yeah, no, I know
it's
what you
not going to
mean.
sell the class. And,
No.
I remember going into the product. Remember, it was Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, and what was the guy from Carolina? Was Matt Corral, right? Are those guys doing anything?
No.
No,
Yeah.
not even close.
Yeah.
None of them are. They don't look that great at all. And
No,
I know Trevor Lawrence didn't look good as a rookie, and he's looking a lot better now. But even so, I think this 2022 NFL class is very mediocre, and at least from a hobby perspective. But the basketball class that's coming, there's a few guys I think you target at a low entry point that I would prospect on, but only if you can get them cheap. And there's probably like 3 to 5 guys in there. Benedict Mathurin from my Pacers, he's going to be really good. And then the guy that they go by Peanut Butter and Jelly, but Patrick Baldwin Jr., PBJ, out in Golden State. He's not going to play for a while, but he was a very good prospect that got picked in the last pick of the first round because he was injured, and they just took a flyer on him. But he's very much like a Kevin Durant type that could be good eventually. So I'd prospect on those guys, but really wouldn't buy any product.
It's going to be an
yeah, no, I
interesting year.
definitely agree. I don't know the basketball prospects as well, but it seems like based off what you're saying, it's not really worth just buying a box and taking the gamble.
You're absolutely right. It is. It's really gambling on.
Yeah.
That is gambling. The baseball, I would say, yes, it's kind of like gambling, but it's such a deep class. You feel like overall, if you open a sample size that's decent, you're not going to do that bad. Did anybody not? I know we want to probably get to the box battle here, but did anybody watch Pac-Man's video? Do you ever watch Pac-Man?
I'm subscribed to Pac-Man. I don't know. I haven't seen it the last weeks.
He had a select opening on his channel, Select Retail. He was on the hunt for a short printed card or a numbered card. He opened 15 or 20 hanger packs and about 15 blaster boxes. He pulled one elephant print in all of that.
That's
No
it?
numbered cards. And the one elephant print wasn't even a rookie, and it was way off centered. And I'm like,
God.
that was so bad. I after watching that, I don't know how you could buy any of that product. Like, it was so bad. It was like, he's going to make his money back because he has a lot of viewers and a lot of subscribers. He's going to get a lot of revenue off that video, but that was a very painful opening to watch because you got no numbered cards and one short printed card in about almost like 50 boxes. It was like,
Yeah,
what
ridiculous.
is this? This is
That's
crazy.
why I try to watch videos of the product before I buy it more frequently than I used to. Because, for example, this year's Topps Chrome 2022 Topps Chrome, we were like, oh, we're gonna have the J Rod short print, the Wit short print. People are pre-ordering cases. All of a sudden, people are ripping it. There's nothing, and it's like, if I would have known that, I wouldn't have spent. I spent a stupid amount on the jumbo hobby box, and I felt like I got fleeced. So, now I'm a little more cautious, and I try to scout it out, and that's why I'm glad I didn't really jump on the Topps Chrome update megas. But when you see a product where you're just not getting the hit rate, it's like it's not even worth it. I think more like every time my mind goes to like, okay, I could spend, 140 on this stadium club hobby, or I could spend, 400 on this triple threads hobby, or I could get, 35 hanger boxes of Tops Update. So it's like that's constantly in my mind. So I'm like, that's definitely something that always seems to resurface.
It's definitely the case, I think, for Brett and I as well, that you got to think about where the value is and not always worry about missing out. I think we mentioned
Yes,
before, the fear of missing out. Like I
100%.
was, I'd be like, oh, Chrome updates, because paper isn't as good as Chrome, right? The natural inkling is to like, oh gosh, I got to jump at it, I got to go all in. And I was thinking about it, and I'm like, I'm lucky I saw the opening I did before I bought any more of that, because once I saw that, I was like, shut it down. I'm not buying any more of this. I'll buy a couple hanger boxes for the channel on the Update Chrome, but that is it. I was like, I'm going to let it sit. Somebody else can have that fun. Brett has a case of Update Chrome coming. You can let me know how that goes. But I'm
Hobbies?
not going to buy any of that.
I might.
Them open.
So I might be able to get out of that deal possibly.
Okay.
Because it was on trade-in, but we agreed to it. So if he wants to stick with it, I'm a man of my word. I'll stick with it.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But that's why I like Topps products, because the odds are on the boxes. At least you can see the odds on the boxes. Because once you get the odds, you're like, okay. Panini products, man, like Prism Football this year, you're like, all right, let's go get some Prism Football. The QB class isn't that bad. And Prism Retail, there's no hits. And but the odds aren't on the box, There's the odds aren't on the box. And
Holy
you can
crap.
open up box after box after box, and there's no hits. And then guys, I wish there's two redos I'd like to do this year. This Brooklyn collection stuff is amazing. This has doubled in value already. For two autos for $150, this product's amazing with the huge rookie class. Get what Peds said about the rookie class. And another one we should have bought more of, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Topps Fire, the $80 box from Target. Those have almost not quite doubled in price.
Yeah.
But they had all the rookies in it, and it's for $80 for two autos. It's a good product.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on the one that you mentioned first, the Brooklyn collection.
It's a really good product.
Doubled in value already. I completely didn't even buy that. And you said you bought a couple, and I was like, maybe I should buy a couple. And I was so focused on the blister packs, and I was like, I just can't do it. I gotta sell these blister pack ones first before I go heavy on another product. So sometimes you miss out.
That Bobby Witt Jr.
That's a good looking card, man.
And that came on your birthday too, right?
Yeah, that was fun. That was a fun stream.
That was a fun opening, yeah.
I blew it out for that one, man. That was a lot. That was $1,500 worth of product. It's not like, I had to work for that. Like, dude, I had to work for that. Even though I didn't do all the listing on eBay. My boy Brad at Underground did all the listing. Like, I sent him good cards to sell to pay for that. So, but. And it's been fun. I got one more question for you, Peds.
Yeah.
If you had any advice to new people who are even thinking about getting into YouTube, because you were there, I was there, John was there, we were all in that spot where like we should start a YouTube channel. Do you have any advice for anybody?
Oh, 100%. I'm glad you asked me that question. I've gotten that quite a number of times, and I think it's just a matter of you just got to go for it, man. You can't worry about what other people think, and what my main thing was, I feel like this is a way to build a community and an avenue to meet other collectors, and it provides you a way to share your experience and share that excitement with your peers around you. And it really it's gonna be really tough in the beginning, because I remember just to get to like 50 or 100 subscribers, just to like get people like, why would you want to like watch somebody's channel that's got like no subscribers or doesn't really know the product. I mean, the thing you got to do is be really consistent, I would say. Being number one, you got to post frequently every week, a couple times a week. And then number two, I would say be yourself and bring something unique to the table that you could at least try. So for me, I don't know, I tried to just bring some life to the cards and crack some jokes here and there, and get excited and talk about the players. For you, maybe you could start a certain series where you go. I know a lot of people like to hunt, like go to retail shops and record them, like showing like the shelves and stuff like that. And little by little, you create this community, and you get more and more ideas of how to do stuff. And don't be discouraged by a lull or a slowdown or a stalemate in subscribers. You got to just keep doing it, and you really got to enjoy it. Don't force anything that's not really yourself or genuine. And just like I said, going back to the first 2 points, be consistent, be yourself, and then try to bring something that maybe is unique to you, or to make a little twist on it. But that's probably my best advice for anybody. And it takes time, but it's definitely super, super. It's brought me a whole new meaning to life and brought a lot of joy to me. And I've met so many great people like you guys, and I'm so thankful that I'm so happy that I made that jump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love the fact that you said it, like it's about sharing the experience with a community, because the joy that you get out of opening it and the just the energy that you put into it, it's amazing to watch the authenticity there. It's like I've shown you my son. He's a teenager, but when we were on vacation was when you pulled the Julio short print out of series 2.
Yeah.
Your reaction, that was when you were doing both camera angles. I said, Braden, you've got to watch that. It's the most amazing thing ever. I was like, this, just the way in which it was so like authentic. And I was like, that is the joy that everybody dreams of when they're opening cards, is like, or anything. And then you got to share it with people.
Yeah.
And it was
that was
like
the exciting part.
Because if you open that off camera, nobody sees that reaction.
Oh my God, you have no idea, man. Like I remember once my best friend and I, we would, back in high school, we actually would watch box breaks because we both loved baseball. We would, get a box every now and then, and we would watch, like, I think like Cards Infinity was like big at the time or something. And he bought me a 2007 Upper Deck Future Stars box, and I pulled like a Tim Lincecum auto. I don't know if he's watching right now. His nickname is actually Shreds, and so it was like Shreds and Peds. We're like best friends, whatnot. And I pulled like a Tim Lincecum auto, and like at the time it was like the biggest hit in the world. And I'm like, Tim Lincecum auto, and I like jumped in the pool like fully clothed, like just going bananas. And like ever since then, it just like made me feel like a kid again. And it's kind of funny because now at work, people like know that I do the channel and stuff, and I'll just be like sitting there doing my thing, and then my buddy, I'll just hear someone go, "Let's get cooking, baby! Give me some ink." I'm like, Jesus Christ! Or like, I'll just hear someone say, "Release the Kraken." I'm like, let's go.
I love the release the Kraken. That is the best.
Oh man,
I love it, man.
The
one thing that stuck out
on.
from what you just said there a little bit ago is, stick with it. Don't give up. I have watched Mr. Beast in quite a few interviews, and he was getting discouraged with his channel, that it wasn't going anywhere, that he wasn't getting subscribers. And the dude's got 122 million subscribers now. He almost gave up. So just keep doing it for the love of it. You'll just keep grinding. Just grind.
I think that's what you hit on a high point there, Brad. It's really important. Do it for the love of it, not because you're expecting any outcome. And it's just about the joy that you get out of it. And there was a time there where I'm closing in on 300 subscribers, and it's taken 7 months to get 300 subscribers. It's a grind. I'm jealous of of other people's channels who have thousands, because I should have started this channel a while ago, and I didn't do that, and that's okay. But for me, I want to make sure I just keep consistent and be showing the joy. And you probably already know the answer, but my channel name, ERB. You do know what that stands for, right? That's an acronym.
I do.
I don't. I feel stupid.
It's so basically it's hobbies of mine. Eating, which we talked about before we joined the live. Eating is competitive eating.
Right.
R is ripping or sports cards. And then B is betting, is gambling on sports.
I like that. I like all those three.
So it's like I might as well create a channel that's dedicated to the three things I like the most, like hobby-wise. It's like I love doing sports gambling and daily fantasy. I love eating and doing the contests, and I love sports cards, going to shows, collecting certain players, opening product, you name it. It's all fun. So
yeah, it brings it all together. And like you said, that's something unique that you bring to the table as well. Like, and something like that's really cool. And, you know, like you were saying before the stream, like just talking to like Joey Chestnut and stuff, like you can have those experiences that, you know, you can carry over and people would appreciate in the sports betting or sports world in general. And you have a really cool perspective on that. And, you know, and like, you're like very real and genuine in your videos as well. And like, that's the most important thing.
And sometimes I wear my heart on my sleeve. I get frustrated and I show it.
Yeah, no, and
I don't hide that. Like when when I get frustrated, I show it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely part of it. Like I like to like work out and stuff, and occasionally I'll post like a lifting video, and I like to try to maybe mix some more of that into my channel, and just it doesn't have to be all about one thing. I mean, every now and then you could try some new stuff and show your other hobbies. I know a lot of people's YouTube channels are like baseball cards and XYZ, baseball cards and fishing, baseball cards and or stuff like that, music, whatever it may be. So
yeah, anything goes. And it, like you said, it's being consistent, enjoying the community of it, enjoying the sharing with it. And you make a lot of friends. I've made friends through this. The first time I ever met Brett, funny story. The first time I ever met you, I almost met you. I should have met you. So before I get to the Brett thing, I'll tell you the story. So I was at the National this year. I went Wednesday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember watching people's channels and they was like, I will be there, I'll be there. And so you knew how to look out for people, right?
Right.
And never did I expect you to be working at the National. You were working a booth, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, I heard a voice. I was like, I swear that's Peds card collection. I was like, no, it can't be. He's not. He said he was just coming here. And I was like, no, it's gotta be. And I didn't introduce myself, but I met so many other people that week and introduced myself. And I was like, you idiot.
Nah, it's all good, man. I'll see you at the next National. And I didn't really advertise my role or anything. So how were you supposed to know? It's like, what if I was just some random guy? Like, but definitely I'd look forward to like meeting you guys in person next year in Chicago. But like you said, I met so many YouTubers too. Like I actually recorded a video like opening a little box battle with one of my friends, Dave G, who's a subscriber of mine. Came up with his mom and he said, "Hey Peds, like, do you know who I am?" And I'm like, "I don't." But he's like, "Oh, I'm Dave G." I'm like, "No way!" And like, just so many cool experiences like that, and met some other awesome YouTubers. I bumped into I think Lou Rock TV, big like Yankees fans, some vintage collectors. I'm blanking. Met Mike, one of my buddies from M&M Cards, and from that, you know, we got his phone number. I went to a card show with him in Pennsylvania and just like hanging out. And it all goes back to what you said. You just meet so many friends and so many awesome people that you never would have even knew existed. So I think that's probably the best part about this hobby.
Yeah, definitely. And then to kind of cap off the story of meeting people. So I watched Brett's stuff like during the early part of the pandemic, and he was opening Meyer blisters, of course. And I was like, wow, he's really opening a lot of those. Like that's a good find. And I was like, where does he get those? Like, where is he finding that? And then I just, and then at one point he's like, well, if you ever want to reach out to me, I'm mostly through Facebook and Messenger. And so I just messaged him, and then like one thing led to another, and it's like we message each other like every day now.
That's awesome, man.
And my wife will be like, she'll be like, she's like, is he like coming over for dinner at one point? Like she's like, I feel like he's part of the family.
Yeah.
And so then I was driving to Wisconsin, and Brett was trying to complete a set of Bowman inserts from that series. And then he's like, all right, we're going to meet in the Target, by Target. And so we met at a Target, like outside of Gurnee, Illinois. And then we ripped a box in the parking lot and put it on his channel. And it was just like me passing through. Like I was just driving to Wisconsin. I had to drop off some cards, and you do some crazy things, and it makes a really fun experience.
Yeah.
So if you're ever in Indiana, let me know. If you're ever in Chicago, let me know. If we have to wait till the National next year, that's fine. But we'll do something crazy like that.
Dude,
we gotta organize like a meet at the National for a lot of us.
We do, yeah. I know they have a content creators like kind of forum that they do like separate. I forget who puts it on, but like the guy that Mike from Bench Clear Media puts it on every year, I think. And I was told that by a couple other people. And at that point I had like 30 subscribers. So I was like, I'm not going to that. Like I want to, but I just felt awkward. I'm like, I have 30 subscribers. Like I'm not a content creator. I just started. Like I didn't know enough at that time, but I would love to organize like the people that do baseball channels or something, and Filmington and yourself and Jabs and Hoosier Poles, who I know lives up by you, Brett, and he's kind of halfway in between us. Never met him in person, but I enjoy his content. He opens up a ton of baseball, so that's the kind of thing. And Peds, I mentioned Peds, so but you get the idea. Have the baseball channels have like a forum and do something fun at the National together as a group.
Yeah, I'd love to be Striker too. Would be cool.
Striker, yeah, forgot about Striker. He didn't come to the National this year or last time, so I wonder if he doesn't go.
Hopefully he comes this year. Hopefully. But hey, guys, there's a dude in here. His name is Hangers Are Bangers in the comment section. And he's like, dudes, can you guys get to ripping the hangers? Our hangers bangers. We're doing them. Let's go. Let's see if we can pull any heat tonight. Our hangers bangers.
I have bad luck against Brett in box battles. So I'm just warning you now, Ped.
3-9. 3-9 is the current record.
Yeah.
All it takes is
Brett
one.
kicks my butt in box battles.
See if we can pull any heat tonight. I want to see somebody pull the Ichiro Julio SSP, baby.
Oh, that card is so nice.
I've been wanting to pull that live so bad. Hangers Are Bangers says, thanks for the shout out, boys. I got the Abrams Pena base pack. So when you open up these hangers,
I might have a Father's Day blue in this pack.
Oh boy, John,
get out of town.
If you get that, you might win off the bat. You better get that. You better get that on the camera, baby, and show that off to the crew. And when you're getting ready to put that on there, I want to see it.
I might. It did not look like the All-Star Game color blue. It was like an off-color blue. But it's in an odd spot too, so it makes me think that maybe it's just an off-color retail blue. But I'm not sure. If it's a Father's Day blue, that's amazing.
That'd be a monster. So my first box is a dud for the most part. My best card's a Jeremy Pena insert.
Got a rainbow foil rivalry love. It's not bad.
Not shabby.
I got a Nick Plummer numbered to 499 rookie.
Got
All
a
right, here's the
gold.
card I thought was the Father's Day. Is it, or is it just the retail blue?
Let's see it, baby.
It's gotta be a Father's Day.
Come on.
Ah, tell me that doesn't look like Father's Day blue.
It's
It
pretty
does.
light.
That is
But
very
it's
light.
not numbered. It's really light.
Yeah, those when you get all those retail blues stacked up, there's a big difference.
I got a
Well,
black gold, 2 Mets, Pete Alonso.
Theory of Dunis coming up.
Theory of Dunis. I love it. To the bomb.
Although it's only 2 boxes. Oh man. Come on,
Peds
something
is
numbered.
baseball fans. I love that.
I had no numbered cards in that first one.
No number cards?
No number cards in that first one. My
Ted,
first
what'd
one
you
was
get?
pretty bad.
What was your best?
I had a base, or I had a gold to pair, some base pitcher, and then I had a rainbow foil of Dever or Albies and Soto.
So my Nick
Nah.
Plummer, numbered to 499, is probably the clubhouse leader right now.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would agree.
It's a Met. All right, box number 2.
I haven't pulled one of those Soto SPs in a while that have been in the front.
Got something turned around.
I don't think I'm winning this one tonight, boys. This is probably my worst ones I've opened yet.
Oh my God! Let's get cooking, baby! Bang!
What'd you get?
Bobby Witt Jr. rainbow foil.
Oh dang, that's a winner unless
Man.
John pulls a. Dude, that's a big card. That's a big card.
Oh,
That's a nice one.
Kaboom!
blew your eardrums out.
You got the right camera angle for tonight.
Well,
Yeah.
the super
Great
visitor
thing.
comes on. Striker took us down, John. Peds comes on, takes us down because I got nothing, dude. Like nothing.
That's crazy.
I'm still getting
John
it.
got a numbered card. I literally, dude, these 2 boxes were not good.
Oh man, I got a short print that has one of the players that we were looking for on it, but I don't think
Ichiro?
it's Ichiro.
Ooh. That's a good short print, though.
That's not bad.
So, like, okay, so why you have that on the screen? Is that a card? Like, I think I'm going to send an Ichiro to PSA to get graded. I think I might send that in.
I got a
Did
Not
you
a
pull
rainbow.
an
bad
SP?
idea.
Is that an SP
too.
too?
Yeah. SP behind the
You had
chrome.
an
Pedro
SP
Martinez.
behind that rainbow.
Holy cow, dude. What a box.
Dude,
That's why these boxes are amazing, guys. I mean, John pulls an SP, rainbow foil SP. Even though I gutted out, sooner or later, if you open up 10 of them, you're pulling some good cards, you know? Amazing.
Theory of Dunis.
Amazing. Theory of Dunis, baby. That's a good card, man.
Beautiful.
Rainbow foil, baby.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
That's a good
That's
box.
my guy, Bobby Witt.
You know, like
Bobby did that.
I call them 2 dud boxes, but I still pulled 2 base Abrams and 2 base Peñas. I got those hangers with the Peña and the Peña and the Abrams, and you're like, you know, those are a couple bucks a piece, whatever.
Pulled a base Bobby now. All right,
Base Bobby.
finally done.
Hey, Bobby.
I got the fake Mother's Day or Father's Day blue. Kyle Braden. I swear that looks like a blue. I mean, it is a blue, but it looks like the Father's Day blue. It's just a really light color. It has no No numbers on the back of it though, but it's really, really light color. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera.
Yeah, I could tell it was lighter. He released the Kraken tonight on us.
So the Ichiro and the Nick Plummer is definitely not going to get it done. Peds wins this one.
That
Is that
Ichiro
down
card
to
was a good
nine
card.
Brett, am I now
Yeah, I would.
4-9 against you? Head to head.
You went head to head and took that one down. I'll count that as a win. That's a good card you pulled, dude. That was a really good card. Hey man,
Thank you,
I'll
man.
take an Ichiro short print in
Yeah.
every box.
It was too bad it was not the
Yeah,
one
dude,
that
you
you're
did
looking
really
for,
well.
right? It's like I wanted the one with Julio on it. That would have been amazing.
Man, I tell you what, guys, we had a lot of people in here watching. It was a good night. I was watching pretty much the whole time, the chat and the flow of people coming in. We had between 75 and 90 people up and down. But we had a couple donations tonight. Dollar Box Bangers, KC Car Connection. KC still commenting. I don't know if Dollar Box Banger's still here, but I love hangers are bangers. He's in the chat, and we had some hangers that are bangers. But you guys have any parting shots? You got anything you want to shout out? Or obviously, make sure to, I got in the description, we got John's channel, ERB Sports. We got Nick's channel, Peds Card Collection in there. Make sure you guys hit those subscribes. Keep the grind. Anything you guys got to say on the way out?
Thanks so much for having me, guys. It was
Yeah.
my pleasure. Really thoroughly enjoyed this, and look forward to continuing this friendship, and appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, I guess the only other thing I got to add, thanks again for joining us, Peds. We really appreciate it. It was awesome that you could do this. Please come back anytime you'd like. We do this every week. You don't have to come back every week, but if you want to come back once a month or once every couple months to check in, if you got something fun on your channel you want to promo, please do reach out. We'll definitely have you on again.
Would love to. I would love to. Thank you.
All right, Brett, you know what time
Appreciate
it is.
Appreciate you coming in, Peds. Thanks everybody for watching, subscribing, shouting out, commenting. Until next time. Peace.
Have a great night, everybody. Thanks again.
See you guys.
See ya.
Later.